the vocabulary that you're going to be facing as you approach this. There is only one creator. There is only one creation. So this blue box here that you see represents everything. Everything that I know of the universe and everything that I don't know, which actually could fill volume, right? So this has everything, this blue box. The entire creation is in there. The creator is not inside, because the creator has to be outside the box. Because it has to be, if it's the creator, it had to create the box. It cannot create itself and be inside there. So just in terms of the logic of it, the philosophical aspect of it. So this creation is only one. This is very important. It's only one creation. But we, as well as the spirits, those without the errant beings, those without a physicality, we divide it into two parts, not two halves, two parts, so that we can approach a very complicated problem by pieces. It's called synthesis and analysis. First you analyze, you break into small pieces, and then you take all the small pieces and you try to put everything together, back together. That's the synthesis. And if you do everything right, it's like when you take the blender apart, and then at the end, not only does the blender work, but you don't see any pieces left over after you reassembled it. If you now put the blender back and then you look at, oh, there's a screw left over here, and that most likely will not work, right? So this is the whole idea, the synthesis and analysis. So one part is called the spiritual realm. The other part is called the physical realm. This is the physical realm. This is the physical realm, where we are right now with our physical bodies. We can also divide, again, we divide, the creation is not divided, the spiritual realm into two parts. Again, I warn you, I emphasize, it's not in two halves, just two sides. A side that is quintessential, non-material, non-physical. This is the worst part for us to understand, because nothing we have here allows us to make any inference about this part. Our science cannot measure this. Our instruments cannot sense it. This is quintessential. It's non-material, non-physical. This part here, which is still part of the spiritual realm, is material. Okay? And of course, the physical realm, we talk about material as well, but it's physical. So we say material and physical, or simply physical, so that we don't confuse this side with this half here, or this part here, this section. So we're going to call this material only, that part material and physical. And everything that is material or material and physical is under something called the universal fluid, which you're going to study. What is this important for me? How is it important for me right now? Well, for a very simple reason. You are here. Each and every one of you is an essence. What is an essence? You are an essence. Stop there. We have no words, because every word I could give to you is material and physical. If I say you burn like a flame is material and physical. You need to have something that's combustible. You need to have an ignition, and you produce heat. All of these things are material and physical. So I put a flame here just because I don't know, because otherwise it would have to be empty. So you are, pay attention to the verbs. You are an essence. The Greeks used to call this the pempousia. Pempousia meant you cannot explain, you cannot complete, you cannot say pempousia is something something, and you cannot divide it. That's it. It's the essence. It's the quintessence of something, whatever that something is. We're going to call this the essence. The problem is that the essence has to interact with the material side of the creation. So the essence manifests itself, that's the word, the key word, onto the material side of the creation by means of a spiritual body or perispirit. When you have these, you are an essence. but you have a perispirit or a spiritual body. See the difference? I don't have a spirit. I am an essence. I am an essence, but I have a perispirit. And these two put together, when I am the essence and I have a perispirit, I can say I am a being. And this being takes the name of spirit. So spirit is not the essence. Spirit is the essence plus a spiritual body, also known as a perispirit. I didn't have enough space here to write it. I didn't want to squeeze it. So a perispirit or spiritual body are synonyms. The two together as a dyad, let's put it this way. The two together is what we call the spirit. And this is why this side of the creation here is called the spiritual realm, because everything here is a spirit. And this is very important. From now on, you will have to remember this to be able to read the Spirit's book very carefully, because otherwise some of the questions will make absolute no sense to you. You have to remember that you are an essence, but you have a perispirit or a spiritual body. But you see that I put the spirit here? Because as we talk on a regular basis, on a daily basis, we have a tendency to shorten things, right? You don't usually say certain things. You just say, instead of say, like we say a road, you abbreviate RD or ST for street. It's the same thing in Spiritism. We have a tendency to abbreviate the essence and say, just say, I am the spirit and I have a perispirit or spiritual body. You can make this simplification. That's important. You can make it, but not always. There will be a case, there will be many questions in the Spirit's book that you will have to reverse, to go back to calling this part here the essence. And remembering the Spirit is the essence with its manifestation known as spiritual body or perispirit. But there's something interesting, right? We are here in the physical plane. So we are on this side. This is my perispirit or spiritual body. So then we, right now, reincarnated beings, we actually have what? A physical body as well. So I, or any one of you, we are essences. We have a spiritual body. As such, the two together, we are spirits. But when we are reincarnated, we have a physical body. And this is us. We have to go to work every day like everybody else, right? So that's the difference. This has a little tie and a suitcase, where this one is all happy. It's an errant spirit. It's happy. It doesn't have to eat, drink, sleep, and things like that. And when we are under this situation here, we say we are reincarnated, and we are a triad, a three-part being. Being because we are an essence, but we have a physical body, a spiritual body, and we, at this moment, have a physical body as well. We do not die. We are eternal. We do not die. What dies is this last little piece we have, which is the physical body. And then we go back to a two-part being, the spirit. And we go like this. We get a new physical body. We'll do this at the end. We get a new physical body for a new reincarnation. This physical body passes away. We go back to a two-part being. We get a new physical body. We reincarnate. We go back from 2 to 3 and on and on. And we have been in this dance for a very, very long time. Right? So